But yeah, no, London derby. Can't remember his name. Ange. He's getting the best out of this Tottenham team. It's going to be, we're going to say new manager bounce going into November. Yeah, it's been like flipping 2 months. He's been getting his team to play well. If everyone wrote them off at the start of the season as not potential top four contenders, I think by mid-November, I think Tottenham will be a serious contention for top four. They are playing amazing football. Andrew's got them purring. Maddison's threading the ball. It's like he's slotted into that team perfectly. But I really, really like Basuma. I also really like Sarr. They've got a lot of energy. They can retain the ball. They can move it forward. They hold teams in. His defenders aren't great, to be honest, but they're strong. They're pacey, so they can keep up with play, keep up with the style. And then you've got players like Maddison and Son who can hurt you. So they're a very, very well-balanced team. They're doing really well in the Premier League at the moment. They seem to be beating everyone who comes up against them and getting results. Son is having an absolutely incredible season, and he's in the dream team as well. Haha. But guys, did you have any thoughts on the game? But more importantly, because the game, in my opinion, is not too important. More importantly, about Tottenham, what sort of threat did they pose this season? Sim.
I hate talking about Tottenham, man. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. The Crystal Palace game, I was expecting a draw or even a loss from Tottenham. However, when that own goal went in, I said, lucky bastards, man. Lucky bastards. Because I think at that time, Crystal Palace was putting a bit of pressure on Tottenham. But they just can't finish. They ain't got no flipping strikers.
Yeah.
And true. I think Tottenham were kind of, they were withholding the pressure, but it's like they needed that. They needed that bit of luck, and they got it just at the right time.
Well, you create your own luck in them regards, isn't it? It's
you do. You do.
These sorts of situations seem to happen regularly for the right teams, right? And it's not, you keep putting yourself in the right positions, it will click. And when you got quality as well.
Yeah.
And when you got quality. What do you think of Tottenham's threat for the season, Sim? Do you think we should now a lot of people already do have them for a top four finish.
Top four, definitely. Win the league. Fuck off.
I haven't heard anyone say Tottenham to win the league. Who's saying that?
No, but I heard Jamie O'Hara trying to poke at it on TalkSport. He's going on like he doesn't care. But no, he's going on like, no, we're not going to win. But I know a bit of it. He thinks he is. But top four, 100%. They only play one game a week. One game a week. With him. But yeah, man. Anything else? No. Anything else? No.
Fair enough.
But yeah, man.
I think them playing the one game a week gives them a excellent advantage. It also gives them a lot more time on the training ground to get to know each player, to create a better bonding in the team, which seems to be happening. And the more they win, the more confidence they're going to get. Ange Postecoglou, he's been a revelation, making history as well along the way. Being the first manager to be where he is in his first 9 or so games. He's doing fantastic. And I personally, Tottenham fans or people may disagree with me on this, I feel like they got themselves kicked out of that Carabao Cup as well, just to focus on the league and the FA Cup. Now, what they've got now is a strong unit in midfield. And I don't know, getting rid of Harry Kane. I think me and Sim kind of did say it in our other group. Getting rid of Harry Kane is going to make Tottenham better. And it has.
Yeah.
We can't...
More of a complete team. Yeah.
Yes. It's made them more of a functional team. Everybody's running for the manager. The defense is actually stronger than I ever thought it would be.
I agree.
And Pedro Porro.
But they're crap.
Revelation. They're not crap.
No, as in, let me land on that. The players I wouldn't rate, but in this system and for this team, they are brilliant. They've been brilliant, but I don't.
I
Do you
mean,
see what I'm
Chris,
trying to say? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
One of them's a World Cup winner.
Yeah, but
Can't even look past that.
it's not, that's an easy label. I'm not saying that like Poirot, right?
Well,
Look,
Poirot's actually good. He's really good.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not good. Is he an elite right back? No. Is he one of the best in the league?
At the moment, he's proven to be one of the best in the league. I mean, they're at the top for a reason.
What I'm trying to say is, and I know you're trying to hear me. Look, Romero, Van de Ven, Davies, and Porro, right? If we took them out of the... Huh?
I'm the biggest Tottenham hater here. So.
No. Look. I'm agreeing with you both. The defense is way stronger than I thought. However, I don't think individually they are good players at all. What I'm saying is in this system and under Ange, he's getting the best out of them and they're proving very, very effective. But I think if you put Porro in any other team, he's shit. Davies, he's shit. He's not good. He's not a good player. He's not starting at Arsenal. He's not starting at United, and United is shit. He's not starting at City.
Chris,
he's not starting at Bayern Munich. He's not starting at PSG.
Chris, you're mentioning all the top teams in the world. There's so many other mid-table teams that he would start for.
All right, cool. Go and play for Everton and see if you'll even start there. He ain't starting for Everton either.
He will start.
Fine, he can start. He start for Everton, and who are Everton? What do? They fight for relegation every season. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's individuals.
The European champions today.
Well, yeah, I hear you. We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. Listen, look at my banner. Look at my banner. Yeah, I've had that there the whole time. Touchdown Hammers. Look. You hear what I'm saying? They're having a fantastic season under this manager in this team, and under this season they are playing brilliantly. This defense is amazing. The tails are up. The confidence is there. But individually, they're shit. It's like the Leicester team: Robert Hoof, Wes Morgan, Danny Simpson. Right? What they had a miraculous, wonderful season. They played brilliantly, but as players, they're shit. Individually, they're shit. But we've seen it happen over the year. But anyway, I agree with you. They are playing brilliant. I don't even know who this keeper is, Vicario, but he's been amazing as well.
Yeah, no,
he's been brilliant.
He's been good.
I agree with you though. It's that midfield. That midfield has got some legs on it, man. Basuma and Sarr.
That's what you need in the midfield. That's all you need in the midfield. You just need to have legs and composure and a level of technical ability. Madison's got that. Has got that. Sarr's got that. You know, and just got something good on his hands. So we'll see where it goes.
Long may it continue. Let's move on to Chelsea. I was in the change room yesterday.
Wait, hold on. Not long may it continue, but we'll see how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, well. No, I've said this a few times. I've always liked Tottenham, just because I don't think they do anything. But if they do something, if they win a cup or whatever, fine. But I've always been in, like, over the years when Redknapp was there, sometimes under Pochettino and now under Ange, they do some fun stuff. They go on good runs. They play some good football. And then they usually drop back down to where they usually are. But we'll see. You're right. We'll see. Long may it continue. I've got no problem with Tottenham. I know you do, but I don't. Chelsea game, losing 2-0 to Brentford. Very, very obvious. Just as Chelsea were turning a corner, to lose 2-0 to Brentford at home, who haven't got their star man in the team, is worrying signs. But they play Tottenham, don't they? They play all eyes on Pochettino next week, innit? They play Tottenham next week.
Yeah, but Chris,
I'm sure about that.
Next week Monday.
Brentford had a lot of injuries, Chris. It's not just Ivan Toney that's missing.
No. They've
got a few injuries to key players.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's even get into that. What do you think?
Norgard was brilliant. They had Pinnock, Ayer, and Collins starting at the back, so they don't have any of their main defense players. Janlet playing in midfield. He's not one of their main players, but Mbueno started, Janssen started, Norgard started. He was brilliant. He was crucial to what they did. I think Brentford played the perfect counter-attack system. They allowed Chelsea to have the ball, and they absolutely battered them, from my honest opinion. Pinnock with a crucial goal, and then right at the end, classic counter-attack in Bueno after 90 minutes. What it's sad that we have to say in these sorts of games, we have to talk about how crap Chelsea are instead of how good Brentford were.
No, I'm not talking about how good Brentford were. It was a defensive masterclass by Robert Frank. He set his team up in a way to defend and just hit Chelsea on the break, and they kept on doing that constantly. Usually would say Chelsea, I don't know.
They don't have that cutting edge. They don't have that cutting edge.
Who, Chelsea?
I don't even believe in Cuckoo's going to make a big difference when he comes in.
Neither do I. I'm glad.
Unless you're playing Arsenal and we're on the halfway line and you're just going to lob a ball over the top and he's just going to outpace our defenders. Not many teams in the Premier League are going to do that. You have to open up defenses. So I don't. Yeah.
I think Chelsea's problem is they've got a bunch of, as Paz said, I feel like they've got a bunch of players, and they're just this season they're going to figure out.
It's a very young team, though.
Yeah,
it's a very young team.
But for some reason, I don't think, as Paz said, I don't think Nkuku's going to make that major difference. They actually need a goal scorer. And remember, this has been a problem for.
I don't think that's going to change anything, Sim.
I think this has been a problem for Chelsea for quite a while as well.
No, they've had goal scorers there, man. The likes of Olivier Giroud, the likes of Aubameyang. These, whether you like them or not, these are goal scorers. They've got good records at different levels as well. Like Lukaku, obviously spent a hell of a load of money on him. I think it's bigger than that. I'll let you finish anyway. Sorry.
No, it is, Chris. I get where you're coming from, yeah? I do get where you're coming from. But you've got to understand this, yes. Me personally, when I look at Chelsea, yeah, I know this is such a dumb analogy. It's like a pick and mix. Remember Woolworths? You get Woolworths, yeah. You get a bunch of sweets that you like. But is it really a selection that you appreciate? If that makes sense. It's just literally like, okay,
overwhelmed, isn't it?
That's the word. You're actually overwhelmed with all of this, with every single thing. You're actually overwhelmed. So for me, it's just it's crazy, man.
Well, look. What do we say about young players? What have we always said about young players coming into any team at any level?
You can't win anything.
Other than what he said, other than that Muppet, but what do we always say about they're going to be inconsistent? What were you saying about Eddie a little bit earlier today, Sim? I know he's
not going to be a young player,
but consistency. You're going to get when I look at the likes of your Alejandro Garnacho, for example. That's an easy example for me because whatever, but. I don't expect when Garnacho, for example, starts games or plays for him to produce 8 out of 10s every game.
Yeah.
That's a very young Chelsea team. Yeah. And they've shown this season that they are capable of producing big results.
Yeah.
It was a big result for them, albeit a fluke from Modric, whatever. They played well against Arsenal, but Arsenal, for me, are on a different level, managed to get a draw. They've played well. This opening game of the season, we all thought, flipping heck. What's Pochettino done with his Chelsea? It's not going to be a problem. But I think with young players and a young squad, you're going to expect some inconsistencies, And
I think
that's just my take. That's just my take.
No, Chris. What you're saying is so logical, but we are now dealing with a £1 billion squad. Do you think the inconsistency, do you think the price of the squad allows the time in order for you to get that inconsistency?
No, you're right.
Number one, they only gave Poch an 18-month contract. That says a lot.
Well, Abramovich did it and experienced instant success under Jose back in 2004. But unfortunately, that doesn't really happen in the modern game. If you take the example of Manchester City, Yes, they went and blew a whole heap of money, but it took them a couple, not 5 seasons. It probably took them about 1 or 2 seasons before we started seeing real thing. And now they've dominated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to, whether he wants to or not, he's going to have to eat some humble pie, because chucking a lot of money at this is not going to solve it for 2 reasons. It doesn't happen often in the Premier League. You have to be very, very, very lucky. Like Chelsea were not lucky, but they made the right decisions back in 2004. We've seen the likes of Fulham spend over £100 million coming up from the Championship a few years ago and get nowhere. We've seen Tottenham blow that 100 mil that they got from Gareth Bale and go nowhere. We've seen Barcelona blow that 250 mil they got from Neymar on nonsense and get nowhere. Throwing money at the things in this level of football doesn't usually work. It can, but it doesn't. You're better off taking your time and building methodically like City did. Look at Newcastle at the moment. Newcastle are on their way. And the other problem why you can't is because there are teams that have done it. You're not just going up against, a Man United and Arsenal anymore. You're going up against the likes of flipping City, Liverpool, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Aston Villa's got money now, bro. If Aston Villa, they spent 45 mil on Kudos. They spent 15 million pounds on a loan deal for Coutinho last season, bro.
Yeah. Bro, Kudos is not at Aston Villa.
He's at West Ham. Sorry. Apologies. You're absolutely right. Yes, you're right.
Bro,
My bad. He's so true. He's so right. He's so right. You know who I was thinking of? I was thinking of Kamara from Marseille. He cost I think he cost 35-40 million pounds from Marseille, not this season, last season. And they can do that, is what I'm trying to say. So when you're Chelsea, you want to spend £1 billion. You have to bear in mind, right? You can't expect instant success. Even though I agree with you, Sim, that's probably what he's suspecting. Ain't going to happen, no. Let's move forward.